WWE 2K25 Universe Mode news has been released in video form from the creators that have gone to 2K Day or whatever they call it and got footage of early builds for Universe Mode. I'm going to be watching some of their videos. I'm going to leave all the videos I watch in the description down below. Feel free to go give them a look out as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to be talking around and about some of the points, some of the glaring points, the good, the bad, and the disappointing of WWE 2K25's Universe Mode. If you're new to this channel or just a wrestling fan in general, I run the #1 eFed on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. The most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. Regents Pro Wrestling. The playlist link is in the description. We have a spreadsheet and a Discord as well. I highly recommend getting involved in RPW. We just finished Season 3 with Regents Mania this past weekend, and Season 4 is on its way. A lot of 2K25 content is going to be on this channel, so definitely get involved. So it looks like when you start a universe, it looks pretty normal. It says, attention, you can create a new universe save using superstar settings from roster. So this is pretty much the same, your default settings or your roster settings from your play. Now this is from What's the Status, by the way. Massive, incredible story he had with last year's getting banned and taken out of his community creation and stuff like that. It was absolutely insane. So the fact they actually invited him this year was pretty cool to see. You still have welcome to Universe. Take before you. Okay, you still have Classic Mode or Superstar Mode. As seen, I'm going to be using Classic Mode, of course. So the setup looks pretty much the same. Based on what I've seen, it looks like there's no major updates to Universe Mode. It's just quality of life. It's basically, you know, version 1.2 or whatever. It's like just quality of life improvements as opposed to a massive big thing. And again, we kind of expected that. I don't think we're ever going to get a grand overhaul of Universe Mode because 2K don't know how to actually program a Universe Mode. They're going to have to completely scrap it and redo it. And, you know, we know 2K only care about money, which is why the island is going to be a thing this year, which I will not be playing because I'm going to be on PC. You know, I didn't expect too much. I was hoping for some decent improvements just to make RPW that next step better, some more creation. Multi-man rivalries is one thing I really wanted. That is not involved. They brought back promos. We only have like 5 options. There's no more money in the bank cutscenes. We still have like 3 options for that. You still can't use cutscenes at pay-per-views. There's just a whole host of things that I feel like could have easily been implemented that have not. But we'll take a look at the stuff that has been implemented. Again, I'm not like a 2K show or anything. I speak my mind. I speak the truth. I'm not here saying everything's amazing. There's still so much missing from Universe Mode. This could be the greatest mode in all of sport gaming history if they gave it the love and attention that it deserves, ladies and gentlemen. But instead, they just sweep it under the rug so you buy a Roman Reigns t-shirt for £25. One thing I do like, it's all in one menu now. There's no sub-menus. There's no pressing R1, L1 going between a bunch of menus, going from superstars to matches to schedule and edit shows and stuff like that. It's all slap bang in your face. This looks amazing. This is the best Universe Mode screen we've had ever. I think you have edit show, you have the championships, options, rivalries, tag team superstars, calendar, and the show all in one. This is great. Again, little quality of life updates. This is amazing. In the champions, again, it shows all of the champions, of course. There is the women's Intercontinental and whatever. They are involved. Now, when I talk about Universe Mode, I run the eFed where all of our community members, they get their own superstar in our world. We don't use any WWE superstars or anything like that. I went the whole of 2K24 not playing a single match with an actual WWE superstar. All I done was used RPW created characters. Again, if you do want to join RPW as a superstar, click the join button, become a YouTube member, sign your contract in our Discord, and you can join for Season 4, maybe even become a champion at one point. The stories in Season 3 were absolutely amazing. Honestly, if you're a wrestling fan watching this, you will love Regents Pro Wrestling. Get involved. But it just means I look at Universe Mode in terms of an eFed. I look at it in terms of what I'm going to be doing with it, not in terms of what other people are going to be using it for. And, you know, in my head, I'm only using it for created superstars. So hopefully it's well implemented for that. One thing I do like in the superstars page, ladies and gentlemen, they've made it much easier to switch superstars in between shows. Now, what I mean by that, instead of having to go into each different show and have your whole roster, you know, sometimes it was confusing as to who was on what show, whereas now they're all in one place. This is amazing. So, for instance, you can switch between the shows and tick them on. So, Becky Lynch, for example, right now is unticked on NXT and SmackDown, but if you go over to Raw, she gets ticked. And as you can see, as they go through the shows, different superstars are ticked on and off. And you can literally go through and let's say, I want this person on NXT, but not on Raw and SmackDown. This person on Raw, but not on SmackDown. It's so much more intuitive and so much easier, which again, this should have been implemented anyway, realistically. I always hated having to go in to edit shows, go into one show and go, okay, this person's on this show, but did I accidentally leave them on that show? I have to back out, go into the other show, and then go down again and remember, oh wait, but was this person on this show? Now it's all in one place. It's so much easier, so much more streamlined, and this is a big improvement. I really like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regents Kid YouTube channel is sponsored by Regents Pro Wrestling, the #1 wrestling show in sports entertainment, the most action-packed, immersive, and entertaining show on all of YouTube. Live right here on this channel every Monday and Friday, 5 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, the best wrestling shows you will ever see in your life. If you become a YouTube member and join our Discord, links in the description down below, you too can get involved in Regents Pro Wrestling and maybe, just maybe, one day become a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss out the 2 live shows every single week, and this is who we are. Looking at the edit shows, it now is the same. However, there's one cool thing. You can now change the day of your show in the actual edit show tab. Now, this was a big thing for me because sometimes, let's say for pay-per-views, you know, sometimes a pay-per-view might get moved. Let's say something's busy and you need to move a pay-per-view to next week or the next day. Instead of having to delete the pay-per-view and completely remake all of it, now you go into edit show and you can click on day and you can just move it. So if you want Raw to be on Tuesdays, you just click on day, move it to Tuesday, and boom, the whole show will move. Everything saves, the logos, the champions, everything just moves over to Tuesday. And that, I think, is absolutely incredible. We still have the same amount of champion belt slots and Money in the Bank slots. And here you go. If you click on day and then let's say you want to change the day, you can even put it on the same show. Look, now Raw is on Thursday. And if you want to move it to Wednesday, you can move it to Wednesday, move it back to Monday, move it to Saturday. You can have Raw on Sunday as a normal show, not a pay-per-view, just every Sunday. That's cool. That's very cool. The fact you could just move it around whenever you want, I think, is awesome. In the options, there is a tab for intergender wrestling, as you can see, so you can turn that on or off. That's the only new option feature involved. Now, this is something I'm sad about. I spoke about it earlier. Rivalries is still only 1-on-1 and 2-on-2. It just makes zero sense. I mean, WWE these days, look at the stories. Pretty much all of them are multi-man rivalries. They don't do one-on-one rivalries anymore. You know, I mean, look at CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. They have like a triangle going on. Then you have like Cody Rhodes, John Cena, CM Punk. People are talking about Seth Rollins, Drew, and CM Punk back in the day. It's always multiple people. EO, you can have Rhea and Liv involved as well. Raquel gets involved and other people. It's always multiple people getting involved. Sami, KO, and Randy Orton. We saw Randy Orton come in at the end of that one, fighting one of the superstars. Like, it's always multiple people involved. So the fact we still only have 1-on-1s and 2-on-2s, and I know all the animations are the same and the cutscenes are the same. The 2-on-2 cutscenes, there's like 2 or 3 to pick from. So 2-on-2 rivalries don't really make any sense because you can't get any cutscenes anyway. Just stuff like that. Having more freedom in the rivalries and the cutscenes would have been awesome. I'm sad we don't get any new cutscenes for like the 5th year in a row now. It is quite a shame that they've kept the same rivalry system. One awesome addition, if you go into the tag team tab, you can see little drop down signs. Basically, you can make a stable. Like American Made is a stable, but inside of that stable, you have 4 superstars. You can now have a tag team inside the stable, ladies and gentlemen. You can have the Bloodline, as you can see, member list, single team roles. So you can have Solo and Jacob be singles, Tonga and Tama be the tag, and then involved in the Bloodline, you then have the tag team as well. That is awesome, because in RPW, we have a lot of stables, and sometimes you never know who the tag team are, and there's only 5 slots available, but they also can't be in a tag team, so it was hard to sort of assign people in the, you know, I had to make like multiple stables of the same name with different superstars, whereas now, again, quality of life is just much more streamlined. This could have just been an update, realistic, like there's nothing groundbreaking. It's just awesome that it's been implemented now. Here are the new options for the promo cutscenes. You have accept open challenge, call out, issue open challenge, promo interrupt, and self-promo. You can pause the video to read up what each one does. The thing about promo, I'm torn on promos, if I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm torn on promos. Basically, what happens, they come out to the ring with a microphone, and they just stand there talking, but you don't actually hear them. There's no text or anything like that. The commentators too kind of, talk you in the right direction. I'm hoping we can have it without commentary because in an EFED, I'm going to be doing the commentary, obviously. But I don't know. I don't know. There's only 5 options, first of all, so I feel like it's going to get repetitive quickly. I wish champions entered with their belts. They do not. That would have been awesome to get, renders with people with their belts walking out and stuff. They don't enter with their belt. If you're doing a 2-on-2 promo, only one of the superstars come out, so you can't have like their tag partner in the ring with you, which I think sucks. Again, I think this is their way of basically saying, hey, we brought promos back, but it's not complete. And now this time next year, they're going to say, oh, now we've added this one thing to promos. Oh, then the next year it's going to be, we've added this one thing. So instead of giving us everything on day one, they're basically giving us snippets every single year and slowly trying to build it back up to be something major. But each year we're paying like 100 quid for it. So we're paying 100 quid for slight quality of life improvements as opposed to an actual overhaul of the mode or of the action of the rivalry system that's happening, which again, I don't really like, if I'm honest with you. I have some ideas on how I'm going to do this in RPW with like, text on screen, and in commentary I'm going to explain what they're saying, and we're going to be doing promos like that. But again, is it the best they could have done? No, I don't think so by a long shot. It's in the game, which I think is a start, I guess. But again, with 2K, that's pretty much what they do is they bring back something that used to be really good, and then they sort of say, oh, this is all we could do for now. Maybe next year we'll include that other thing you want. So again, it's sort of teasing us in a way of saying you can have it, but you can't have all of it. You can only have a smidgen of your cake right now and maybe have the rest next year. But maybe also not. So it's an annoying thing, but promos are back. Let me know in the comments down below what you think and how you feel about the promo system. Again, I don't really know how to feel about it right now. Give me a couple months on RPW and we'll see how it works. It might be a thing we use once and never use again. I don't know. One of the biggest inclusions is 2-night PoEs. Now, we just had Regents Mania, which night 1 was Saturday, night 2 was Sunday. So we actually do this in RPW only for Regents Mania, and I think it's going to stay only Regents Mania, most likely. But you can now have pay-per-views. As you can see up there, it flashes, it says 1 out of 2, and it flashes between what show you are on, night 1 or night 2, again, which I think is very, very cool. If they do it in real life, they should have it in the game. So I'm glad it's actually there, and it actually feels more like an actual, 2-night affair as opposed to 2 separate shows that you have to make, or 1 show that you have to just say is, you have to stop halfway through sort of thing. You can also have multiple shows on the same day that aren't pay-per-view. So let's say you want SmackDown and Raw to both be on Monday, or in this case, you want WC Nitro to be on the same day as another show. You can do that. So you can have WCW Nitro on Mondays, the Monday Night Wars with Raw. You can see 1 out of 2, and it flashes between the 2 shows. So you can have, I believe, up to 3 shows on one day. You can have Raw, SmackDown, NXT all on a Wednesday if you wanted, for example, and play through each of the shows, which again, I think is really cool. I think it's, added content is always good. So I think it's nice that they've done that if you want to do that. RPW don't have any shows on the same day, but if we ever need to, we can now, which I think is cool. And honestly, other than that, there's not much else to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could go into more detail on more stuff. I haven't seen anything on like stat tracking. I mean, we have our own spreadsheet for RPW stats that we use. So I don't technically need that, I guess, but it would have still been nice, I think, for people that want to track their stats to have a stat tracking tool involved. Maybe they do this on its own. I don't know, but that's all that I've seen from the videos. Maybe more comes out in a few days. I don't know. I doubt it, though. I think that is the height of what we have going into Universe. So again, in the comments down below, let me know out of 10 how excited you are for Universe mode in WWE 2K25. It's the main mode I play. It's the only mode I play, really, where hence I'm making a video on it, and I'm not really focusing on any of the other game modes. I might give my GM a try this year, but normally I try it and I get quite bored. I think Universe mode, honestly, it's a sandbox. You can do whatever you want. Realistically, you could play Universe mode for years and years and years if they actually cared about it. I like the quality of life updates. I don't like that it's not fully fleshed out. I guess we'll see this time next year what else they add. Ladies and gentlemen, join RPW if you haven't already. We will be starting Season 4 in a couple of months after everything is created. There will be live streams on this channel on the weekend when 2K25 comes out, March 8th and 9th, of us creating all the characters, the superstars, the belts, the arenas, all of that. I'm going to do it live this year on Saturday and Sundays, hopefully. You join me for that in the live tab on this very channel. Watch RPW Live every Monday and Friday, and I'll catch you in season number 4. Much of us always take care and peace.
Before you go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Whee!